Kids, please listen to your parents. And to some adults out there, please stop being so gullible. It might come as a shock to you, but not everything you see on the internet is the real deal. Today, we'll be looking at 10 viral internet photos that are actually fake. Tune in for number 1. It looks so real, you'll bet $1 million that it's the actual deal. Number 10. The world's first dab. The dab. It's a fad that came and went in the blink of an eye. It's one of the millions of things popularized by the internet, and it went away just as fast as it came. Granted, me and my roommates still do it from time to time, but that's another subject. Who started this thing? No one knows for sure. But if a certain photo on the internet is to be believed, the dab might have had its roots way back into World War II. A black and white photo has been doing the rounds on the internet fairly recently. It shows a group of happy-looking soldiers on a warship, smiling and posing for the camera, perhaps maybe for the last time before they entered a battle. Looking at these soldiers with their wide smiles plastered on their faces makes you wonder, which one of these guys made it out of the war alive? Then you take a closer look and spot one particular soldier in the front row, doing what is unmistakably a dab. Is it time to rewrite the history books? Well, not quite. What you're seeing is an altered photo taken behind the scenes of the World War II movie Dunkirk. It's not even a hard thing to pull off. It's just a photo converted to grayscale. I gotta hand it to the faker though. He chose the perfect photo to fake, as the people depicted in the photo were dressed in period clothing as well as holding period weapons. Number 9. In the presence of giants. Giants. They have been the stuff of legends for thousands of years. Nearly every ancient culture on Earth has stories about these monstrous humanoids. From Greek mythology to the Bible itself, tales of giants are really quite astonishing. Many have claimed to have found irrefutable proof that giants, as depicted in legends, really existed in ancient Earth. Although it is true that giant skeletons have been found in the past, they are more like people with giantism, a pituitary condition which results into uncontrollable growth. Many modern people still have this condition. So, when this photo surfaced on the internet, people were quite excited. The photo depicts the man in an archaeological dig, slowly unearthing a giant skull, bigger than anything previously discovered. We have to give it to them, as this photo is quite convincing. But then we got a hold of the unaltered photo. The original clearly shows the same person digging on the same dig site, also unearthing a huge piece of bone. But unfortunately, he was digging up a dinosaur bone, a leg bone by the looks of it. Quite an amazing discovery in itself, but it doesn't carry the same magnitude of having finally proven that giants exist. Number 8. Getting high on a totally different level. This insane photo takes the phrase "getting high on a totally different level." This viral photo became quite popular on the internet. It shows astronaut Chris Hadfield holding a huge bag filled with marijuana. Many people believe this image to be genuine, offering various explanations like Hadfield is studying the effects of marijuana on zero gravity, which is, I'll admit, probably a good experiment to do up in space. Well, sorry to shatter your space cake-fueled dreams, but this one is definitely fake. They did do a pretty good editing job on this though. The original photo came from Hadfield's own Twitter account, and it was published way back in 2013. What's inside the bag is leaps and bounds more wholesome than marijuana. It's a bag of Easter eggs. The clever premise of this fakery should be applauded though. The prospect of getting high while up there is a pretty fascinating scenario when you think about it. But I'm pretty sure that potheads wouldn't be allowed to go to space anytime soon. Number 7. Epic fried rice. Who doesn't love Asian food? Many consider it an art. The taste, the presentation, the aroma, and even the way it's prepared. If you've seen an Asian cook in action, I guarantee you'll be amazed. That's why when this photo went viral, everyone thought it was real. The photo is simple enough. It's just some regular person probably cooking his lunch. But then again, the lunch he's cooking is an epic tidal wave of fried rice that is quite amazing to behold. As mentioned before, the skill of these cooks is not to be underestimated, so exhibition cooking like this is quite possible. Maybe, but not this photo. The massive tidal wave of rice shown in the photo is actually a sculpture, which can be found in a fake food store located in Tokyo, Japan. In all fairness, the fake food in this shop looks real enough to eat, so I don't blame the millions of people who were fooled by this photo. Number 6. The world's most insane selfie. People have been taking selfies in the strangest, most unlikely places ever. More than ever before. The internet is littered with selfies of people on top of skyscrapers, while free-falling after jumping off an airplane, and even doing a spacewalk. So, when people saw this viral photo, they immediately thought, here's another crazy dude that's addicted to selfies. The photo shows a pilot taking a selfie while flying an airplane. Sounds pretty normal when you're not looking at the photo in question. In the photo, the pilot opened a window, stuck his head and half his torso out the window, took his selfie stick, and took a photo of himself and the plane, all while flying thousands of feet in the air. Yes, the photo is amazing, but just one look at it should set off a lot of alarm bells. For one, the plane is probably thousands of feet in the air. Having an open window at that altitude can prove disastrous for the pilot and the passengers. Also, there isn't a lot of oxygen up there. This guy would just pass out even before he could even press the shutter button. And lastly, planes like the one in this photo travel at around half the speed of sound. No one can hold a selfie stick steady while traveling at that speed. So, safe to say, this is a fake. Number 5. Venice freezes over. Venice, Italy, is most famous for its lovely canals. It's quite hard to imagine the city without them. They are synonymous with each other. So, when you want to shock people into believing that climate change is real and is happening already, showing them a photo of the Venetian canals frozen over should be enough to convince them. In truth, the photo you're seeing right now is a composite of 2 different photos, one of the canals themselves, and the other of Lake Baikal during winter. Although this image is undeniably a fake, it probably made you do a double take first, right? Number 4. Castle Rock. This one looks like it was ripped right out of the pages of a fairy tale. And I wouldn't blame you if you thought it was real. This photo has been doing its rounds on the internet for years now, and it's been fooling more and more people every day. The photo depicts a majestic castle sitting on top of an even more majestic looking rock formation in some sheltered bay. It doesn't look like one of those abandoned, dilapidated castles. It actually seems like somebody is still living there, like some uber-rich family who doesn't know what to do with all their money. In reality, this is again a composite of 2 totally different photos, or 2 totally different things, that are located at 2 totally different locations. One is a castle that's in Germany, while the other is a rock in Thailand. The 2 photos are blended exceptionally well, so kudos to the fakers, and thank you for this awesome image. Number 3. The Black Lion. Clever editing techniques can make a lot of different things, and in this case, it created a totally unique species of big cat. Lions are one of the most majestic creatures known to man. Especially the males with their thick manes, they're quite a wonder to behold. But some people think that their auburn fur is quite boring, and they try to do something about it, and pass it off as real. While it's true that there have been cases of pure white lions, this is caused by a genetic condition called albinism, wherein the animal is not able to produce any color pigmentation. Everyone looks good wearing black, right? That same mindset seemed to be the driving force behind this photo, which shows a beautiful black lion in all of its glory. Honestly, it would be amazing to see a lion draped in jet black fur. But unfortunately, no crossbreeding technique or anything short of gene manipulation can ever make this picture into a reality. Well, at least we have this photo, and we can dream. Now it's time for today's best pick. If you want to contribute to one of our videos, or just want to find out more about a photo or video that you came across online, feel free to send it over, and we'll do all the research for you, and include it in an upcoming video. Number 2. Vladimir Putin being, well, Vladimir Putin. There are very few modern leaders today that have achieved legendary status like Vladimir Putin. The guy is a total badass. So much so that he's become a walking meme. He's basically today's Chuck Norris. Naturally, a man of his stature can't escape the eye of people with a working knowledge of Photoshop. Thousands of unlikely photos have surfaced, all showing how badass Putin can really be. Today's best pick, for instance, shows Vladimir Putin riding a great white shark that is desperately, but unsuccessfully, trying to buck him off. This specific photo is actually part of a bigger collection called Larger Than Life, Vladimir Putin. The collection contains photos of Putin in all badassery, including Putin riding a bald eagle, Putin riding a dinosaur, Putin riding a bear. You see where I'm getting at? It's a fun collection to look at for yourself, so check the link in the description box below.
I saved the best for last, but first, I have a quick challenge that takes only 5 seconds to complete. If you can leave a like and subscribe within the next 5 seconds, you'll get 10 years of amazing luck. Just try it, it really works.
Number 1. A sad fakery. The current state of Syria is no laughing matter. It's a serious situation that requires the attention of the entire world. For the sake of the displaced citizens of Syria, especially the children, no one should make jokes of this, much less fake photos depicting their deplorable state, or take a real, non-related photo to further the cause of a few. This sad and moving photo shows a very disturbing scene. It depicts a Syrian child sleeping between the graves of her dead parents. This photo strikes a nerve in the hearts of even the most jaded. It was taken by photographer Abdul Aziz Al-Atabi, but he never claimed that this was a photo of Syrian children. He said that he staged the photo as part of an art project, and to show how a child's love for his or her parents is irreplaceable. Quite predictably, Al-Atabi is disgusted with the blatant twisting of his image. The orphan is not really an orphan, and there are no bodies under the pile of stones. And most importantly, it was never taken in Syria. It's appalling to see what people are prepared to do for just a few Facebook likes. Which photo did you think was real? Let us know in the comment section below. Want to watch more videos that are 100% not faked? Click on any of the videos you see on the screen. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.